just can't wait. I wanna hold you, I wanna love you, I wanna squeeze you, I wanna love you.
For over 35 years, I've been producing videos from Super 8 home movies back in junior high school to national infomercials, documentaries, a lot of different things. But this film is really exciting on a very personal level.
Zoo has an incredible amount of energy. And so whether he's channeling it into his art, or whether he's channeling it into his dancing, or channeling it into his music, he's a very high energy person, and he has a ton of passion that's just pouring out of him.
When you get to know somebody, they can be a completely different person and a total surprise. And Zoo is definitely a surprise once you get to know him.
The ability to take something absolutely ordinary and make it extraordinary. There's something absolutely otherworldly about Zoo.
I was too gone on substance abuse.
Zoo was a wild man. He was drinking a lot. And smoking dope, never could get enough dope. As it turns out, of course, very addictive personality. He's not called Zoo for nothing.
I've been an addict all my life, and to be clean and sober is a huge gift, to say the least.
This is a guy that can take things that have been cast off, that have been forgotten, thrown away, and bring them back to life.
As far as helping people in recovery, he is like the grandfather of this program. I mean, he just will not say no to anybody that asks for help. He goes into hospitals, he goes to jails, he goes to the youth center. Everywhere he goes, recovery follows him around, it seems like.
Those of us that have been touched by addiction in our families, it's often that you find yourself misunderstood as a caretaker. Zoo didn't question that, and I am forever grateful for all of the kindness that he showed my brother. He just seems tireless in terms of being out there and trying to help addicts and alcoholics.
Zoo and I met through recovery. I was admitted here to Maine Med. The nurse came in and told me I had a visitor. She said it was Zoo, and he walked through the door, and I was amazed. Somebody that I really didn't know had come in and shown that much love and support to somebody who was basically a stranger to him. From then on, for the next month, he brought a meeting every single day.
He looked at me with such sincerity and was absolutely passionate about my recovery. And I didn't even know what recovery was. Over 600 people have passed through MaineWorks. I go out and find broken people and help them get their act together if they're willing to show up, because that was what Zoo required of me.
At 2:30 today, I go have a CT exam on a growth beside my kidney. It is a concern to me because I love living. I'm enjoying this lifetime so much that I'm not crazy about the idea of dying.
Emotionally, I think it was extremely challenging for him. I think he had some of the darkest days after he had gotten the chemo, where he basically became extremely depressed, felt alone, even isolated himself. But he always saw the light. He always saw that it was going to shift, because every day for him it was different.
If Zoo were to go, a lot would be gone. If you could say Portland is a puzzle, like an entire piece would be missing.
Well, he knows. You know, I've loved him since the day I met him. What would the world be like without him? It'd be a much darker world.
You feel that much happier for a man who has been through the mountains, the valleys, the difficulties, the beauty, through every possible, you could say, emotional aspect. And then now he's in this point of celebrating on the day of his anniversary in recovery, that it's also the day that they join in marriage.
I had already felt something unique, powerful, magnetic, and incredibly deep and loving, and I barely knew him. I knew that I couldn't let this man slip by. I couldn't not pursue this.
He's colorful, and not just the way he chooses to use color in his work, but his life is colorful.
I feel that his impact on this world is beyond measure.
Zoo is not a bystander in how he lives his life. He is in it.
The whole idea, I think, in life is to become more awake to the possibilities, to the realities of what's going on, which is glorious.
There's a difference between good and great, and we want to make this film great. Raising money for this film is going to make that difference. From a personal level and a professional level, I'm just very, very excited, very proud to be working on this, and I can't wait to share it with the world.